What's up, YouTube? Zeeboub there. And POE 3.27 is around the corner, and a lot of people have been asking what is the best ascendancy for P brand. And guys, I'm telling you, there is no best ascendancy for Penance. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it will depend what you like the most. Many options are viable. Like actually a lot of options. We have the Bloodline Ascendancy coming. We don't not have the full reveal of it. So far we got 3 of those. The 3 they saw was like kind of meh. In the way I want to build my Penance. There is some good thing, but like not for the way I want to play Penance. If somehow there is like some good Bloodline Ascendancy, I will let you know. I want to cover like good choices of Ascendancy you can do. Basically for me, I will go Inquisitor just because it's just like too comfy to play. Inevitable Judgment allows us to scale any pieces extra since Penance is base physical skill and you get the full value of it. Pious Path allows us to run permanently Rectus Fire, which is a massive buff of damage. And it's also really comfy to have the Permacon Ground and the regen applying to you, yes. I will go Inquisitor. It's just too comfy. We don't know the other Bloodline Ascendancy. And if somehow some Bloodline Ascendancy are extremely powerful and they open us like possibility of gearing and stuff, that's like one of the downside of the Inquisitor is you don't really want to drop point of the Inquisitor here. Pious Path just too good. This is how we sustain Righteous Fire, and it gives a lot of technically defense, but a lot of confidence playing with the region. And even about Judgment, you don't really want to drop that. That's like the essence of the Inquisitor. However, you can use Forbidden Flame and Flesh Jewel to get like Pious Path, for example, in your build, and then you will have to apply Congruent to yourself, and you can play the Rational Doctrine Jewel, the jewel coming from Uber Cortex. So you will apply Congruent to yourself, and then the regen will apply to your ES, so you will be able to sustain your Tooth Fire really easily with this combo. Or we can grab Inevitable Judgments. And there is other good thing on other Ascendancy, like the Hierophant, the Arcane Blessing, it's massive, it gives a lot of damage, and you can scale Arcane Surge effect with this node here, and there is even more Arcane Surge effect you can get. So Arcane Blessing really strong, Conviction of Power, we already know this is like really Chad. Sign of Purpose, massive damage for single target, in the case of Penance of Dissipation. You got 100% more activation frequency on the last quarter of your brand, and the last quarter of your brand, this is where you're pulsing at 20 stacks. So Sign of Purpose is massive for damage on single. Unnerving Crusade, I'm in love with this. I've been testing it. This is a block character, as you can see there in the top, and I've been testing in STD, and I'm actually in love with Unnerving Crusade. It's so strong to get like triple aura for free. So this is really good choices for the Forbidden Flame and Flesh. There is as well the Elementalist. The downside of the Elementalist and also Ascendancy choices is not having the Inevitable Judgments. And what does that mean is like you will have to get some scaling over over your resistances. Like you will need to apply exposure, you will need to apply curses, because otherwise you will reduce your damage way too high. And if you do so, it's like even harder to scale multiple type of elements. It's easier to just go one full element and scale with that. And as the Elementalist, that's definitely doable. There is this thing that gives Mastermind of Discord, minus 25 resistances. So if you apply an exposure, I think it's 10 or 15, I can't remember. So you might reduce up to 35 or 40% to the exposure type. There is like notable on the large cluster. You can get to apply it with like, I think it's like 25% chance to apply lighting exposure with lighting skill on it. Like with Mastermind of Discord, it's definitely a thing. You will probably also want, as Elementalist, like a Curses Ring or a way to apply your curses. I might even go for even a +1 curses, so you can apply your Assassin's Mark. And there is like plenty of good stuff on the Elementalist, like the Golem. Even if it's nerfed in 227, it's 50% effect of Golem. Golem are still extremely strong. You can grab the +1 Golem over there. There will be 4 Golem, and you will gain like plenty of AoE, regen, cast speed, mana regen. So this is really OP. And the cool thing as well on the Elementalist, like Shaper of Winter, this will allow you to chill. And what I mean by that is like we are using Natlink helmets with IPO like most of the time because the power of the helmet is like so strong. So going with Shaper of Winter, that will mean your build will not rely on having a Fist to Cold in order to chill. So you can go full lighting conversion and do not play Hatred, and so you can still chill. So you get the benefit from the Hypo Gem. So Elementalist, definitely strong choices. Why I will not go with it is just Elementalist, it's like way harder to sustain your ES and Martyr's Fire. It is possible, but it's like scuffed, and I will not really like it. But definitely Elementalist, a really strong one. And then we have the Forbidden Flame and Flesh. There is cool stuff we can get. There is the Explosion, like Propane Bloom. You can have even a Lonely Authority. That will be cool to get because you can apply your curses to exproved mobs, so you do not suffer from the map mod cannot be cursed. And you will probably not need to get the +1 curses here, so it's definitely something you can look at. There is the +1 power and area. There is plenty of cool stuff, and as I said, we don't know Bloodline Ascendancy. So Elementalist will be cool. What will I drop? If there is like, if I want to play Elementalist and there is a good Bloodline Ascendancy, I think this is just way too strong for physical damage reduction, so I will probably stick with this. The Golem is a massive buff, and I don't think I have to probably keep with this. Maybe the Exposure of Shaper of Winter. Maybe you can get like a small conversion of your lighting portion damage to cold, so you can apply to chill, and you do not really rely on Shaper of Winter to get your hypothermia, and you have like an ascendancy for the bloodline. I mean 2 points for the bloodline ascendancy. Maybe just keep Shaper of Winter, and we might have some similar stuff into Mastermind of Discord. So we have to see for the bloodline ascendancy mainly. And then we have the new Assassin as well. Assassin is not bad. There is cool stuff on the Assassin. A lot of people have been asking me about Poison. I'm not a fan of Poison. However, Poison is extremely strong for how cheap it is to get Poison going with Penance of Dissipation. I'm sorry for you, I don't have Bob. But yeah, Poison, Penance of Dissipation, definitely something that you will have to look. I saw someone on Reddit like killing a Maven with only blue item and Penance of Dissipation. Oh man, that's... Well, there is plenty of people already popping Poison build. What is good about Poison? Poison is extremely strong for single targets. However, the thing I do not like with Poison is like clear of it is like kinda meh. You can play double obliteration to get some explode, and then it feels a bit better, and then weapon swap for single target. Oh yeah, those nodes are definitely good for Poison. But yeah, new Assassin. If I was planning to go Assassin build, I think I'll probably go Unstable Infusion. Spell-based crit can be massive with the but this will require suffixes like crits on your on your item. I don't know, but this is like can be really good. The change to the more crit damage and multi, that's cool. You can choose low life or not. So this is good, and opportunistic. It's good for single target damage and single target defense. There is one thing that I do really like is Miss Walker. This thing gave elusive on crit. You take no extra damage from crit, which is like the really good defense in maps. And 100% increase elusive effect. There is like cool stuff you can do with elusive. There is this thing here. Elusive is removed from you at 20%, and you got the effect slower. So you get like a really good elusive up all of the time. There is also an Ascendancy they reveal, which is kind of cool, like the Bloodline Ascendancy. Don't know if it's worth the point, like going Miss Walker and then the Bloodline Ascendancy for elusive. But they do like that. It's a lot of move speed. You got some avoid damage. So yeah, Miss Walker, I really like it. Yeah, the possibilities are just endless, to be honest. We really have to see how it will goes with the Bloodline Ascendancy. But yeah, possibilities are just giga endless. We have Forbidden Flame Flash that we can yonk one Ascendancy. We got the Bloodline now. There's just too much stuff going on. So this is why I'm saying there is no best Ascendancy. It will depend what you like the most. I personally a big fan of the Inquisitor. It's just really comfy to play. I do not need to care about any pen or whatsoever. I can grab every single Fizzles extra and get the full value of it. And able to run Righteous Fire really easily. And also keep in mind that Bloodline Ascendancy that you will unlock later on. You will have to kill bosses with it, so do not rely too much on that on your league start. So just keep that in mind. We'll see, because Elementalist looks really strong, don't get me wrong. And maybe there is like some GG Bloodline Ascendancy with the Elementalist. Yeah, it's like, we'll see how it goes with the Bloodline Ascendancy. I personally stick to the Inquisitor. I will league start Inquisitor. I'm sticking with that. I've been cooking some block version and stuff. So you guys will probably like seeing a block version Penance with like decent damage. And I will, of course, update the guide, look at everything again, and I will probably do an update video on what do I change in the guide and stuff. So far, it's this stuff from 3.26. But it will be pretty much the same. We'll just update more pub and give you more idea, more different scenario and stuff. So, well, thank you everyone watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, YouTube.